what's the point of this? Like, I'm genuinely curious. Like, I don't even really know what. Like, Royce White just lost his bid for senator in Minnesota badly. Came in last place. I don't know if he came in last, but he finished. He got like less than 10% of the vote. To Michelle Tafoya. Speaking about fucking sports,
what a race.
What a time. Could you at least try to maybe get into their minds to understand, like, what exactly is this to accomplish, and what is actually their goal of all these publicity stunts? What I feel like they are.
I mean, I think it's pretty clear what it is. It's, at least for those two, it's to stay relevant. Like, that's all they care about. You know, similar to Sophie Cunningham doing all this to stay relevant after her career. Like, when was the last time we really thought about Enes Kanter? You know, Royce White, he's trying to do stuff, whatever. Now all of a sudden they're relevant. You know, they can push back, you know, to them, and, you know, the people that support them, they can be, oh yeah, they're this good political figure trying to push back on, you know, the opposition, all of that. Like, they don't want to play in the W. They don't want to actually transition. They don't want to do any of that. They want to stay relevant. And it's unfair to the W. It's unfair to the players. It's unfair to trans people who, like, this isn't just a joke to them. We shouldn't be looking at someone like a Royce White and be like, oh yeah, like I'm a woman now. Like, you have to treat me as a woman. Like, you should let me play. Like, we can recognize, we as a society are smart. We can recognize when somebody's, well, that too.
It's like, what are we fucking doing? Yeah. Sorry, keep going. I cut you off, man.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you want to know anything about these two people, just if those that don't know, just look up Royce White and Enes Kanter. I'm not even saying the basketball part of it, just like who they are as people, like the stories they've been in. That's the type of person we're dealing with. And
yes, Royce White, who has, again, I didn't know they can do this, a 50-year restraining order. I literally never heard of that. I didn't know that was possible. You could have a 50-year restraining order against his ex-wife and child. But hey, the protect women crowd.
I mean, this whole thing, it's about spreading love and treating everybody equal. So I don't want to just go down on them. But again, these are the type of people that are trying to come in, and they're not trying to support women. And that's the whole thing with Sophie Cunningham. If they were really trying to support women, there's a whole lot of other things you could do. Like, if you were really trying to support trans rights, a whole lot of other things you could do. It's not about that to them. It's about pushing back on their ideology, pushing back on their relevancy. That's what matters to them. And they're going to push, and they're going to push. And the unfortunate part is the W is going to have to put up a wall and say, hey, no, this is our stance. We're forced to make one. We can talk about that if you want. But it's unfair to them. It's unfair to players. It's unfair to everybody we just talked about for 50 minutes, because this is the story, not all the basketball that we should be talking about.
Yeah, I think for this, it's like the reason why I feel like it's such an easy discussion, because it's one of those things where it's like a quick answer, right? It's like, what's the capital of New York? Or sorry, that's not a good one. What's a city in New York? New York City, right? Like, it's one of those things where you don't have to think that hard. I just screwed that up. But my point is like, the reason why that issue, the issue with when it comes to transgender women is such a big thing is because it feeds into the base. It doesn't have to think that hard, right? Because secrets out, guys, there actually was a trans woman already playing in the league. Now, she was a biologic woman, but she went as non-binary and said that she was trans. But y'all don't care about that. It just happens to be a group that's within a group that is within a group, right? That's how small we're essentially talking about. And I think that ultimately the stance has to be, again, go back to what we talked about before, is that the leadership needs to come out and say that this is unacceptable. We believe in these principles. We believe in Sophie Cunningham's ability to speak, but these are our guidelines and we are not changing them. And even if they want to go through this charade of applying for the draft, they will not be drafted. And then they will come out and say, I am being discriminated against. And they will pretend to sue. And then we will continue this on and on and on, because ultimately they are you said it best. They are latching on to whatever, left of relevancy that they might even have. And it is a sad state to have to talk about this overall, but it is the noise has gotten too loud where you can't even kind of ignore it anymore. And I guess my question though is something in the future, because this will eventually go away, whatever, right? Like, we'll talk about the playoffs, the season will go on, whatever. It might pop up a little bit again at the draft. You might have those, but this will go away, is my point is. But Caitlin Clark's in year 3. She's not leaving the league, right? Sophie Cunningham is going to she's under contract for at least one more year. So she, albeit through an injury, if she doesn't get injured, will play next year. This is now in the pool of the WNBA. How do you feel like, again, we very much feel like the commissioner's going to be out. How do you feel that the next commissioner should tackle this issue that's just going to be always a pot to stir for the W going forward?
Yeah, I was going to say, you're a lot more optimistic than I am. I don't think this issue is going to go away anytime soon. Like, okay. And I don't envy the next commissioner. Like, I agree. I don't think Kathy Engelbert, I don't think she's doing a good job at all. But I don't want to be the person that comes in and has to deal with all this. Because, like, it's gotten such press that you can't just be like, hey, let's focus on the basketball. Playoffs are coming. This is going to be a thing. And that's why I said it's unfortunate. Now that you have actual people pushing and claiming they're, trans now and want to enter the draft, I think the W at some point is going to be forced to try to push back and do something. Like, I don't know.
But that's what I'm saying. I feel like personally the way that they have to do it is just, okay, you want to transition? Sure. We need you to go through these steps, do these things, and we will do hormone tests. And once you pass these, you are allowed it. Yep. So again, that's my point. Hold their feet to the fire. Everyone is so afraid, like, oh my God, it's like, okay, Enes Kanter, these are our rules. Clear as day. To enter our league, you have, and if you want to be transition out, you have to follow these guidelines. And if you do not follow these guidelines, you cannot play. And push again. Do it. I always said this. You want to, again, excuse the language, cut your dick off for clout? Be my guest. All right? Stop pussyfooting around this. Just let's do this. If you really about this, then you're really about this. But he's not. Neither is Royce. That's why I feel like a better commissioner can kill it. Because my overall point is not this, right? Because the news is so cyclical, right? Like, we are going to be into football and basketball in 2 weeks, right? Yep. So that's why I feel like this is going to go away, right? Just because the reason why I think this is so heightened is because there's no sports on outside of just really this WNBA and your local baseball team. But once college football, NFL, basketball, NHL comes back up, no one's going to be tweeting about this. And then it's going to be their off season. And once we get to that point, they have plenty of time to at least be like, these are our rules. We are having whoever the commissioner is. I'm doing the roundabout press tour. Send me on Simmons Pod. I'm going to Fox News. I'm going to MSNBC. I'm going everywhere I can to say, this is what this is. And if you want to come through, these are our rules. And then it's done, because I know nobody is about that life. I know. And again, you still might not get drafted. That's the point. Like, just because you do all this doesn't mean you're going to be good enough to get into the league. So I think that they need to, Adam Silver, whoever's the board of governors, whoever is in charge, the they that we always say in any type of conversation, they need to kick this lady to the curb and get someone who is very forthright in this. Condoleezza Rice. Not a fan of the politics. I know she's at least a leader. She's been in sports. She's part of the Denver Broncos group. Call her Hillary Clinton. Yeah. She's not doing anything. Like, someone who I at least know has been in rooms where there's going to be tough conversations. And give her the bag. Y'all make all y'all's teams are well over $400 million worth. So y'all have the money. Like, that to me is why the only reason why they think this is this long is because of the commissioner's inability to quell problems. And that's essentially what a commissioner is supposed to do, is to quell the issues.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think if you nip this in the bud, I think it will go away. But that's why I say they have to put out those rules. They have to put out this checklist, because I don't think if you just say, hey, it's going to go away, they're going to get tired of it, whatever, it's going to come back. So if you're going to do something, you got to, like you said, you got to say, hey, this is your list. You got to commit to it, because they're not going to, like you said. I just think it's unfortunate that, I mean, the names you mentioned, like, this feels more like a political league than a basketball league. And I think it's true that you need somebody who's been in those rooms and can, like, deal with all of this. But I want, like, a good basketball commissioner. Like, I want to focus on the basketball, and I think it's unfortunate that we have to think of politicians, essentially, to say, hey, come, like, stand strong with our league. Come figure out all our issues. Like, it's sad. But I think it's the right thing to do. I think they have to do this, because if not, it's just going to keep coming back.
Yes. And also, I did not... It was not lost on me that Hillary Clinton was at a Liberty game. So, yeah, just put it out there. Let's see.
You never know.
the next is. That is Wil Engstrom. Thank you so much for coming on. I know you still have your very young child who's not even a year-ish?
3 months.
3 months.
3 months. If we can make it through the first 3 months, we can make it through the first year. That's what I keep telling myself. There we go.
Thank you all. Please tell the people where they can find you at and what you have going on currently.
Will's World, TikTok, YouTube. Don't have a podcast, but I put out a whole bunch of shorts, starting to do some film breakdowns, all of that. So if you want to see more sports, again, we talk sports, we talk WNBA, MLB, NBA, NFL, all of that. Will's World, Will with one L. Everybody doesn't know that. Will with one L. TikTok, YouTube. Yeah.
And that is Will, one L in Will's World. Thank you guys again for listening to the Men Who Cry podcast. Please like, subscribe, review, follow Will and all the stuff that he talked about. And we'll be back talking to you guys later on next week. All right, everyone. Peace out.